Well, here we are at King's Place in London. This is the 4th National Conference for Radiology Managers, and it's entitled Through the Looking Glass, Developing Your Vision for a Radiology Service. There are a number of themes in today's programme, but all about helping managers to understand what it is they want out of their service and how to get it in the very complex environment they find themselves working in the NHS and in independent healthcare at the moment in the UK.
We're delighted as Philips to be part of today's conference. And today's conference is about trying to understand the challenges that radiology managers are facing day to day and how they can address those challenges going forward. Last year's conference was a huge success for us. We took some feedback directly from that, and it's shaped the way that we actually changed our business during 2013-2014. And I'm sure many of your members will have seen that we've moved to 7-day working extended hours, and that is the direct result of the feedback that we got at last year's conference. So this is a hugely valuable conference. We really look forward to the content, we look forward to the feedback, and we look forward to continued support.
I am absolutely sick to the eyeballs of people thinking that radiology is a commodity. It isn't. We're a very specialised service that nothing can happen in any healthcare without us. And somehow we have to start letting the world know about it. And I know that there will be challenges that will come from that. You put your head above the parapet, it's going to be shot off.
I think this is one of the main fixtures in our imaging calendar for the year. It's a really important event. It brings together our industry colleagues, and almost every acute hospital radiology department is represented here. It's vital for us to have these opportunities to network and to learn from each other. And I think particularly at times of significant financial challenge for the NHS, to be able to be here and hear from colleagues in many different aspects of providing imaging services, how they've managed to do it well. And I think the shared learning, the opportunity to socialise a bit, to talk and to meet people is really important. And I think what's fantastic is that the collaboration between Philips and the Society and College of Radiographers has matured in a way that enables this to happen as an annual fixture. And I think that's really helpful for the profession as a whole.
It's my first time at this conference. I was due to come last year, but work commitments prevented me from attending, and I felt I'd really missed out on what was a good conference, having met colleagues at other meetings, etc. In the previous years. So, and having seen the programme today, it was really interesting to put into context all the pressures that we currently feel in our organisation. You know, what else is going on, the opportunities there are in other places, and what other people are doing that we can take back and learn within our own hospital.
This morning it was my very great pleasure to open the conference with the keynote speech, and although I've been asked to talk about my vision for radiology, I think the key important messages to get across was that radiology is a specialty, not a commodity, and that radiology managers, along with their clinical directors, need to take a much more strategic approach to their thinking and need to leave behind some of the operational issues to make sure that we've got the right radiology services for the future for our patients.
The session I'm particularly looking forward to is the one on does a clinical career prepare you for management, because in my experience it doesn't. So I think it'd be quite an interesting lecture and debate.
Yeah, we've just seen a very interesting debate about whether it's necessary to be a clinical background in order to go to management. My feelings are it's essential. I don't think you could possibly be a good manager in a department such as radiology without some sort of clinical background. You've got to understand how your staff work, what their needs are, what the patient's needs are, and without that understanding, it simply won't work. They won't respect you, and the whole thing just won't work as well.
I wanted to come here today to spend time with my staff so I can better understand the challenges that they face. We're going through a really exciting time in our trust of development, and I really hope that coming along here and picking up more information and seeing what's going on nationally will help with that, and it has really supported it. We already have ISIS accreditation, so it's been nice to share our experience with other people and to look at some of the solutions and to challenges that we all have, and it's been really beneficial. Loved the debate about whether people can move into management from clinical. Very interesting, but the whole setup's been fantastic and such a good opportunity, and I'd really recommend it to other managers, not just radiographers.
My vision as a Chief Executive for Radiology Services is more about being a patient, a service user, as a mother and as a relative of people who've used services. Everything that we do and should do, including with our radiology services, is about putting the patient first. So what I want is a service that is flexible, that is responsive and is absolutely core to everything that we do. I think personally for too long we've had radiology services in the background, and we need to put them on the forefront because if we don't do that we won't be able to rise to any of the challenges that we have.
First time at one of these conferences, and it's great to be in amongst such a large volume of other radiology managers, because up to now there's been lots of little pieces of work and little groups in various areas and various parts of the country getting together, and these networking arrangements never really sort of took off, whereas something like this with a large body of people and the society pushing forward for being a management group at the end of this to be able to speak to is a very, very, very lofty goal.
From my perspective, it's great for them to actually come out, voice their feelings, voice their thoughts, their concerns, the good things that happen, because it's all about also saying and shouting what are the good things that happen, and this event is actually that opportunity. It's a great forum for them, once a year, fantastic.